Everybody knows the bloodthirsty vampire by the name of Dracula. We have all heard of his awesome demonic powers and his smooth Transylvanian accent. However, for many people, that is all they really know. In this episode, we'll evaluate the undead bloodsucker, and in the end, I hope you'll be persuaded to read the tale yourself. This episode will be mostly spoiler-free, but the story is 123 years old, so... At the beginning of the story, the scenery changes rapidly as we move through Eastern Europe. We start in Munich, Germany, and then we move on to Vienna in modern-day Austria, and then we move on to Budapest in modern-day Hungary, and then we finally get to Bistritz, which is where Count Dracula lives, you know. Anyway, the whole of the story takes place over 7 months, and is said to be the late 19th century. Also, a large portion of the story takes place in London and Whitby, England. At the beginning of the story, we are introduced to a successful solicitor named Jonathan Harker, who is helping a foreign client, that's right, you guessed it, Count Dracula, purchase a piece of property in London. He is described as a young man, in like his early to mid-20s, around that age, and he is shown as a very tame, good-mannered, kind man. However, he is shown as a little wimpy and a little fearful, but throughout the story, we do see streaks of courageousness and boldness in him. Mainly in the later part. Mina Murray is the fiancée of Jonathan Harker, and, well, she changes her name to Mina Harker. She is seen as a very loving, very caring person, and she only sees the good in anyone, even Dracula, which is... Anyway, she is a very important character in the story, and is very vital to everything that happens. Lucy Westenra is the lifelong friend of Mina Murray, and she too plays an important role in the fact that through her we are introduced to Abraham Van Helsing and a bunch of other important characters. We'll get to later. Through her, we also learn a bit more about Dracula and his bloodthirsty behaviors and power. Quincy Morris is the only American, and we are introduced to him when he's trying to gain the hand of Lucy Westenra. It's alright because they remain good friends for the rest of the book, and later he becomes great friends with Jonathan and Mina Harker. John Seward is a wealthy man who owns a mental asylum that contains a very important inmate, Renfield, that constantly perplexes John throughout the entirety of the book. Him, like Quincy Morris, to no avail, tried to gain the hand of Lucy Westenra in marriage and was too rejected. But, like Morris, he did stay great friends with Lucy throughout the book. Lord Arthur Godalming is the man that Lucy Westenra is engaged to. He plays an important role in the fact that through his connections and his wealth, he helps a lot, against the fight against Dracula. Perhaps one of the most recognizable characters in Dracula, other than the bloodsucker himself. Abraham Van Helsing, unlike some of the portrayals of him as a vampire slayer or archangel, he is neither. He's a middle-aged Dutch professor/doctor who studies vampires and brings much of the information on them and how to destroy them, stuff like garlic and, just the casual decapitation, stake through the heart and filling their mouth with garlic. Nasty stuff. I would say the themes that show up most throughout the book is probably faith, justice, friendship, and love. Yeah, there's a lot of love in there. I mean, people's blood gets spilled all the time, but there's some love in there,